Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm happy to be with you here today. Thank you for joining me. When you pop in, let me know you're here, say hello, tell me where you're from. I love when people chat with me as I'm crafting along so that it feels a little more like your community, right? Okay, so we're on day 2 of our Valentine Kisses Craft-Along. Some people bought the kit to get early in the mail so that they could craft along with me this week. That's what a craft-along is. The difference between an online class to go, hi Roz, and a craft-along is that online classes to go you purchase afterwards. You still have the videos, PDF, product, right? Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Craft-alongs you get ahead of time so that you can actually cut your paper, die cut, and do all the things with me as I'm doing them on camera. So that's the difference between the two. Craft-alongs include over $30 worth of product. And hi, Tony. Thanks for joining me today. All of you so far are on YouTube. Thanks for being a YouTube subscriber and watching me wherever you want via YouTube or Facebook Live. The nice thing about YouTube is the videos stay there forever, right? Facebook gets rid of them after 30 days. I have no control over that. So if you want access to my videos from the moment I started doing videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel because that is where they will all be. Okay, first of all, as always, I'm going to go through a few things that are happening excuse me, in the Stampin' Up world, and then I'll get right to Tuttle-upping and stamping with you. Tuttle-upping, I just made that up. Product of the month, this month in January, is Fabulous Sayings, Awesome Sentiments stamp set. You can get it for $5 with any $75 purchase, and it is a beautiful, awesome set. So it's definitely something you're going to want in your stash of sentiments because there's so many great ones in it. Next, bonus days will be going until Saturday. Saturday's my birthday, January 31st. So hi, Imelda. Thanks for joining us. And I had to move my retreat to Saturday. So that is my favorite thing to do is spend time with my friends crafting. So we're going to have a great day. Bonus days ends on Saturday. Bonus days, oh, no, it doesn't. Look, February 2nd. I lied. Ends on February the 2nd. Bonus days is where you earn a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend to use in February. So February, you get $5 worth of free product for every $50 you spend. Awesome deal. I've been stocking mine up and I can't wait to spend them come February the 3rd. That'll be fun. Next, I have a class coming up. Nature's Walk card class is on February 19th. Great cards for men especially, but they can also be used for women. But they're sentiments like, you're a great guy, I like you lots. Like sentiments that aren't as fluffy, right? Thank you, Lori. It'll be fun. If you would like this kit to go, you can get a kit in the mail. I cut all the cardstock and DSP for you and any labels that are not a part of the bundle. If you want to craft it at home, you're going to need the bundle, and I give you an option to add that on for a discounted price. Okay, so check out that registration in the description after this video is over. And then next, Easter Joy is my craft-along for February. So remember, craft-along is where you get a kit ahead of time. You get $30 worth of product. You get 5 projects in the craft-along. We cut all the cardstock for you and any labels that are not a part of the bundle that's shown there. You get a half a pack of the DSP, you get a full roll of ribbon, you get those cute Easter dots embellishments. And I especially love, let's see if it'll let me make this bigger. I don't know if it will or not. Let me see. There we go. Look at the basket. The basket die is made so that you can actually weave colors of cardstock through it and make it really look like a basket. I love that about that bundle. It's my favorite part. So you can see the basket here, and then these are the pieces that you can cut out of different colors of cardstock or all the same color and weave it through to make it really look like a basket. That is super fun. So if you'd like to be a part of the Easter Joy Craft Along, early bird pricing goes until February 5th, and then after that it goes up by $5. So try to get in on that early bird pricing, okay? Next, we have a new Stampin' Positioner, different from our Stamparatus, but still awesome. And if you join, demonstrators can order this right now. But after February the 2nd, we will no longer be able to order them, and only new people who join teams will be able to get the Stampin' Positioner, okay? So if you join February 3rd through March the 2nd, if you join my team for $99, you'll get $125 worth of product and the new Stampin' Positioner thrown in for free. It is a great deal. I would love to have you on my team. Positive, encouraging, great group of stampers. We have a Facebook page, we have monthly meetings, and they get all my PDFs for free. So, plus, they get a 20% discount on all their crafting until they're ready to be done, which is sometimes never. So, if you're thinking about joining a team, I would be honored and humbled if you would join mine. And February the 3rd is a great time to start that, okay? So, welcome. Let's tuddle up now. How about that? Let's get to stamping. So, this is what the Craft-Along people got. They did not get the bundle unless they added it on, okay? Which they have the option to do that. Anytime you add on a bundle for one of my classes, I pay your shipping and your taxes, okay? So you get a discount from buying it yourself unless you're a demonstrator, okay? Then, and I say that because demonstrators get 20% off. So if you're a demonstrator, it might be better off ordering the bundle yourself. They got a whole pack of these rainbow adhesive back dots. Great colors: Flirty Flamingo, Pool Party, Peach Pie, Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon. That is Bubblegum, and I think Balmy Blue is in there as well, and Fresh Freesia, okay? They got a half a pack of the Love Notes 6x6 Designer Series paper. They got a full roll of the Balmy Blue sheer ribbon, and they got a half a pack of the doilies, lovely doilies. That's what came in their Craft-Along, as well as the kit and the full color PDF. We always include a full color PDF of all the designs. I'll show you what that looks like. We are very proud of our PDFs because we feel like the pictures are great. They're well organized. We always give you a section here showing you what products we used, okay? All the measurements for every layer of the projects, and then a description of how to put the project together and the inside as well. So our PDFs are well written with great pictures and directions as well. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so yesterday we made these two cards. The little kissing booth bear, right? Kisses, 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 giving you a smooch, and then lots of room inside to write. You could easily put Happy Valentine's Day in there, or just save it for when you want to give someone a smooch, huh? All right, so that was our first card that we made yesterday. Our second card was this one here, a little fun fold card with a little different design. I like the crisscross of the DSP here. Bear hugs and kisses, and then the inside says Happy Valentine's Day, like that. Okay, so those are our two cards from yesterday. I'll show those again at the end. And then I have two new cards for you today, including a fun fold. So I'm going to do the fun fold first because I'm doing everything in the order in which they were in the PDF. Okay, so I love this fun fold that I'm about to show you. I call it a column card because look, it has this column right here, pops up like this, super cute, right? Folds flat, fits in an envelope, and the little wings on our bear right here, so adorable. They actually flap. The little wings flap, right? And then, so this will sit up nicely on a desk or shelf like that. And then the back side has a little place where you can say to, from, and write a little note. Okay, so isn't that an awesome card? I so love it. So let's put this together. We have a piece of real red cardstock. It is cut 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then it's scored at 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to take this column and I am going to grab my bone folder here. We are going to fold it in half, and then each of these score lines is going to get folded to the inside here, like that. Okay. So this is going to create that column right there that everything kind of sits up on. Okay. Oh, you know what, Jeanne? I was just thinking the other day, we haven't had a bingo night in a while. So yes, we need a bingo night, don't we? That's always fun. So I don't know, maybe I'll add it to my March list. Okay. All right. So here is our column. When I fold it like this so that 2 columns are in front, I give it a really good bone fold right there. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add some pieces to this panel. So this is that panel that is in that DSP. There's another little piece over here like a banner. So this is going to get put right here. I'm going to put that on first. So then my column won't interfere with it at all. Not sure it would anyway, but let's make sure. So this panel is going to go right here to the inside of that more solid base right there. Do you guys feel like my light is a little wrong? I don't know why. I'm using the same light as I always have. Let's see if I can make this a little bit brighter. Nope, that dimmed it. So, yep, that's as bright as it's going to get. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like today it's a little dimmer. I don't know why. Okay, now, on these panels here, on these first 3, 1, 2, 3, I've got 3 pieces of DSP. That is this stripe, and they're going to go right here in the middle of each of these columns here. This, there, and there. Okay, and I just kind of lined up the stripes so that they're all kind of matching each other. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive, and if you guys have been waiting, Seal Plus Seal Dimensionals liquid glue have all been on back order, because when we had that Black Friday sale, they were all on sale and you guys bought us out, but they're back this week. So I just wanted to let you know that in case you've been waiting for the adhesive to come back around. I hoard my adhesive, so I never run out of it. But, you know, some of you who are more hobby crafters probably could and not be thinking that you needed to order some, but it's back in stock now. Okay, and then this one more panel. These are 3/4 of an inch wide by 5 1/4 inches wide, and they're all going inside these columns right here. Okay, right like that. All right, now this column is going to get adhered into this card front. So what I'm going to do, I have 2 columns here. I'm folding it backwards, 2 columns here. Here's my card panel, right? And I'm going to put adhesive on this panel here that does not have any of that DSP in it. I'm using Seal Plus, so I get a really good seal on that. I'm getting close to this top edge here too. Here, turn it this way. There we go. And then I'm going to take this panel that has the DSP right here, and I'm just going to fold it over on it, burnish it with my bone folder really well. Seal Plus is a very strong adhesive, okay? So there, when it opens, look, you guys, it forms that column right there. Isn't that cool? All right, now we have a piece of Pretty in Pink, and it is cut 4.5 by 4, and I have scored it at 1/2 and 1.5. Okay, so this piece is actually going to go on this other side over here. So I'm going to fold that down, and then the 1/2 inch is going to get folded down right here. Okay, we want this to go on this panel right like this. Okay, so this side is almost flush with that edge, not quite, I would say maybe a 1/16 off of it, and then this side is going to land on that second column right there. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I'm going to put some Seal Plus on this little 1/2 inch strip right here. Okay, right like that. I'm going to lay this right where I want it, along this edge right here, and press it down. So there was only adhesive on that 1/4 inch strip, and now this is going to form that card front right like that. See how it pops up? And the cool thing about this is when this lays down, it's all going to lay flat. Okay, so now I'm going to take this edge right here, just the very edge, right like that, maybe a little bit more up here. Okay, and I'm just going to hold my column down. I'm going to fold this flap over onto that column and secure it. And that's going to create, look, that pop-up mechanism so that this card will stand up like that. And this will be the front, right? Okay, so now I made a little mistake. I'm going to pull this up right here just for a second. I should have put my ribbon on it first. So I'm going to cut, watch me, on this seam right here. I'm just going to cut out a little space right here, right along that edge, to create a hole that my ribbon can go through. Okay, right like that. I'm going to take my scissors, cut it up just a tiny bit, and there we go. Okay, so let me grab my ribbon. I'm going to feed my ribbon through this hole right here. Now, Jeannie used some kind of punch she had. I did not have that punch. Jeannie's the one who designed this card. You know, I collaborate with my friends. And I did not have the punch that she used, so I had to put a little slit in mine. All right, there we go. Weaving that through that hole, and you won't even see that slit at all once I get all the other pieces on. And we're going to tie a bow over here on this side. Of this pink panel right here. So, Lori, have you made a column card before? Okay. I think I have, and I think I did it differently than this one as well. So, I do like the way this one is designed for sure. Okay, there we go. Tie that ribbon right there. All right, now, whew, that was stressful. I've got 2 pieces of white here. On this panel of white, I'm going to do some stamping, okay? So at the top, I'm going to stamp sending lots of love. And I just realized I didn't pull that one out of here, so let me pull it out. Sending lots of love Okay, and it's going to go on in Memento Black. So let me grab my Memento Black. Yeah. Yay, thanks, Brenda, for popping in. This is a card you're going to make next week in the in-person class. And it's super fun. So sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day is what we're stamping right there. Okay, we're taking our bear that is running sideways, and he's actually going to get stamped right here, like that. We're going to take our wing, our little angel wing, and it's going to get stamped on this scrap piece of cardstock right there. And what else do I need? My hearts. So I'm going to stamp some hearts in real red, kind of around my bear here. He is just oozing love, right? So there we go. There's one. I put another one up here, and then another one kind of down here like that. Super cute. And now I'm going to do some coloring. So for my bear and my angel wings, I am using pecan pie blends and light petal pink. That is what I chose to do. Or maybe I did ivory. Let me see here. I think I did his snout in ivory. What does this say? Well, all I'm finding is petal pink, so we're going to go with a light petal pink. So his snout here, ooh, like that, and the inside of his little ears here are going to be petal pink, and then my wings are going to be petal pink as well. Petal pink is one of the colors that is in this designer series paper. And I don't really need to color this part right here because that's what's going to create the flap. But I do need to put a little border of pecan pie right along this edge because that's where it's going to match up with my bear. And it'll just help it not quite show as much, okay? Then let's get our bear here. We're going to color him in light pecan pie. His whole body. So I was supposed to go with my friend Imelda, who I think is on here, to Waco today to take a look at a place I'm renting for my retreat in April. But the guy rented the place out for this week. So last night I found out we wouldn't be able to see it, which is the whole reason we're coming for the trip. So we're going to put it off and reschedule it. So I will be here tomorrow at noon. I thought I wouldn't be because I thought we were going to be out of town. So tune in tomorrow at noon because that is my plan of when I will be here tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Just adding some little swirls around. It'll help it all blend a little bit better. There we go. And then I'm going to take my dark and just highlight just a few places here. Like places there would be shadows, like the bottom of his arm, his little body at the bottom here. Don't overthink it. I would consider myself not an expert blender, but it all kind of just goes together. That's the nice thing about the blends, right? Okay, so there we go. There's my little bear, right? Saying, ooh, and he's going to be an angel. So we're going to take our little angel wing and we're going to die cut this out on my die cutting machine off camera here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this flap down just a little bit. Now it has a curve to it, but we're just going to fold it flat. I'm not going to worry about trying to follow that curve. Just going to fold it flat in the back, right there. It's going to attach to his body. So do you see why we needed to put just a little bit of that pecan pie right there on that edge? Because it's going to attach to his body right here. And it's kind of bring that body into that angel wing. Otherwise, it would be either white or petal pink, and that might look a little weird. Okay, so we're going to grab some liquid glue. I'm going to put just a dot right on that edge of that angel's wing. We're going to attach it to his body right here. And then I'm going to grab a block and just kind of let that sit for just a second, right like that. Okay. Now, while we're waiting for that, we're going to do the back of our card right here. So what we did is you have a panel that looks like this in your Designer Series paper pack. We're using this green one with the flowers. We're using this two from here. You could use any panels you want. If you prefer this with one of those, that's fine. There's some more on the other side that you could use, okay? So I'm going to grab my paper cutter here. And this is going to cut at 3 inches. There we go. And then I'm going to cut it off here at 3 inches. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this label off at the top. Thank you so much, Jan. You're so sweet. I love them too. And I have to say, I have some great collaborators. We kind of see eye to eye on design, and that really helps make our card classes good for everybody, right? Okay, now I'll tell you something I did. I decided that this is, the PDF shows it like these are just attached here, this and this, like that on the back. But I felt like it needed a little bit of a base to it. So I cut a base that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to add it to this base. And you could put Love You More on that side too, whatever you want. You choose whatever little panels you want to use. This square one, I'm putting it up here at the top, and it's a little off, so I'm going to move it a little bit. There we go. Thank you, Jan. That is so sweet. I will have a happy birthday because I will be with friends stamping, and then I'm going to kick them out at a designated time so that my family can take me out to dinner, and it'll be a great day. Okay, so there we go. My panels are attached to that white panel, and then this is going to get attached right here to the back of this. You can write a little note, to, from, lots of fun stuff you can do. This is a wow card for sure, isn't it? Okay, so now I want you to see my little angel wing here. See, it pops up. It pops up on that little flap. If you wanted to, you could put a dimensional behind it, but I like it kind of just popped up like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add Seal Plus to the back of this, and I'm going to attach it right here on top of this front panel. Just a little bit of that pink edge around it. There we go. I'm going to grab some of my dots here, and let me see what color I used on this one. I used the petal pink, or the pretty in pink. So I'm just going to pop on some dots, scatter them around wherever you want. I like them, you know, little off of each other. Let's do another one down here at the bottom, maybe. And then I need one more because I'm an odd number person here. I'm using that fingernail pull technique on those adhesive dots. Okay, so there we go. There's our first card for today. And I have one more card to come. So, Lori, don't leave me yet, unless you have to because you're working or something. But thanks for joining us. I have one more card for us to do together. That one took a little bit of time because it was pretty involved, right? But how cute is that? Look at the back side. Thank you. I love the paper coordination too. Brenda, such a pretty color combination. And let's go to card number 2. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off to the side here with my other ones that I've already made. And I'm gonna grab our next card. So look at this one, same bear, but he's a little different colors. And I really love how his lips are smoochy. I don't know if you can see that. Giving you a big smooch. This is Azure Afternoon. This is Cherry Cobbler. And our bear is just stamped in crumb cake. So this one is a little bit easier to put together, okay? All right, let me pull out all my layers here. And I need one of these. And I need my little heart right there. Okay, so I'm going to fold an Azure Afternoon card base in half. This is your standard size, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, I have a piece of that Azure Afternoon DSP. It's part of that Love You Much DSP set, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to add this to my card front here. Aren't these great colors together? I love Azure Afternoon with Cherry Cobbler, as well as Real Red with Coastal Cabana. I love those combinations. Those blues with the reds are so pretty. Okay, so this is a column of Cherry Cobbler. I think it's 3 inches by 5.5 inches. But before I adhere that, I'm going to stamp some Cherry Cobbler hearts at the top and bottom here. So upper right, several of them. And lower left here. Okay. I'm going to grab one of those doilies. I thought I had one in this. Maybe not. Maybe I made that up. Okay. Oh, here it is. See? I'm not crazy. There's my doily. So this doily is going to get glued kind of off the edge here like this. But we're going to end up cutting this and using it on the inside. Okay? So I'm going to add my liquid glue to just a few dots to the back of this doily to adhere it to this Cherry Cobbler base here. And you only want to put glue on kind of 1/2 of it there, okay? So it's going to get put right there, kind of going off the edge. And then I'm going to cut the edge off and save that for the inside of the card. We're going to use that on the inside in just a moment. Maybe I should turn this over while I cut it. There we go. All right, I'm going to put that right over here so I know exactly where it is. And then this is going to get popped up right here on the front of the card. So let me grab my dimensionals. And there you go. Let me grab another piece here. That one ran out. And this This one is going to go here. And then I'm going to put one right in the center right here. Okay. So all of this is going to get popped up, kind of offset. But you know what? Before I do that, I need to put a ribbon on it here. I think I'll put the ribbon to the side. It'll be fine. Okay, so this should go this way. Right, like that. Kind of right top to bottom. Looks like it's going a little off my edge down here, so I'll just cut that flush with the card. Okay, and then I have a piece of DSP here that is going to go across the front of the card right like that. It's just going to give it a little bit more color underneath here. So let's put flat glue right here because this is going to sit on the doily, but this end over here is going to go off the card. So I'm going to put a dimensional right there so it stays the same height as the doily panel. Okay, we go from the blue to the blue. There we go, right like that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my ribbon, and I could have tied it around that Azure Afternoon panel, but instead I am going to find it, here we go, and just tie a single bow. There we go. Do it on this side, and then this is going to get put right here on that edge, right like that. So let me grab a glue dot. And this is going to go right there, right like that. All right, next I have a stylish shaped banner here. It's the fat wide one. And it's going to get stamped on one side here that says, sending you a big smooch. And I'm going to do that in black. Boop. Right like that. Sending you a big smooch. And then we're going to take the lips. There's actually some little red lips here. And we're going to stamp them under smooch in real red here. Or maybe, nope, we used cherry cobbler. I hope you're enjoying this craft along. You can still get a kit. The link will be in the description after the video is over. Now, I will tell you, it's always better to get it ahead of time, and then you can craft along with me, right? So think about that next time. But this is going to get popped up right here on top of that banner. Okay, I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back here. Let's go with this one and a couple more pieces. So just a reminder, I will be back at noon tomorrow. I thought I wouldn't be here till Thursday, but my trip got canceled if you're just popping in. So tomorrow we have a great 3D box for you. So fun. You can put little treats in for your friends, neighbors, co-workers for Valentine's Day. Sending you a big smooch is going to go right there. Okay? Giving you a big smooch. Now, I'm going to save this piece for the inside. I have a piece of, well, first let's put on our little heart. Our heart is going to go on right above the big smooch with a dimensional. There we go. And it's gonna go off to the side right there. So cute, right? Lots of cute elements in this card. Okay, so this is a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I'm going to grab our bear and I'm going to stamp him in Memento Black. And then I have a piece of basic white that I'm going to use for the wings again. Okay, so my bear is going to go right over here. I'm going to die cut him out in just a second. And then my wings are going to go on this basic white. Like that. Now, just a tiny bit of blending here. I'm making my wings be balmy blue. So here we go. I'm using, wait, is that the dark? Okay, I'm going to use the light first. I just love paper crafting, you guys, and I hope that you enjoy my videos and enjoy watching me. And the craft-along ones can be a little bit longer, but worth it, I feel like, in the end. So, okay, there we go. Now this one, I'm not using that other side as a hinge this time. I'm just going to use it as the kind of the behind the wing, right? Add a little dark, just to add a little shading. There we go. And I'm going to grab my two dies. Here's my bear die. I'm going to use my Post-it note tape to kind of hold it in place. And then I'm going to grab my angel wing die here. And I'm going to line it up and do the same thing. I'm going to go off camera here to my Big Shot, and I'm going to run this through. So Midland canceled schools for the second day. You know, it got cold overnight, and the roads got icy again. So another day off for the kiddos in Midland. Okay, I'm just going to attach this. How cute is this to the back of this sweet little bear? I'm just going to add some seal right here to the edge and add the wings right where I want them. And then this sweet bear is going to get attached right here to the side. Now, one thing I forgot to do is his mouth. We're going to make his smooch smoochy. So we're going to add a little red right there to his smooch. Like, I should say she maybe is ready to smooch. So the bear is going to go right here. How cute is that? And I only need a dimensional up here on his head, not here below. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm just going to add one right here to the top of his head, like that, because the bulk of his body is going to end up being on this banner right here. Does that make sense? So, isn't it cute? Isn't that little angel wing cute, Mary? I love it too. And I love the one on the other card where we made it like it was really flying. It's super cute. Okay, so there we go. There's our smoochy bear. And, oh, I need some of those Azure Afternoon dots that I'm going to scatter around here. Then we'll do the inside. And we will be 2 more cards down on our craft-along for this week. I really think you guys should think about taking that Easter Joy craft-along that's at the end of February, because it's going to be amazing. There we go. So there's the front of the card. So let's do the inside. I have a piece of basic white, and all I'm going to do on the inside of this one is stamp some hearts at the bottom. Ink it up with my cherry cobbler, and it's going to go right here. I'm going to take a strip of that DSP in that Azure Afternoon, it's going to go right here on this edge. So I'm just going to add some seal to the back of it. And this is cut a 1/2 inch wide. And I always like to cut them a little longer. You guys know that about me. It allows me to make sure I'm not too short on the front, but being straight is always important. So let me get this a little straighter right there. And then I'm going to cut the extra off here. Then one more thing, I thought this was a cute detail. We are taking that remaining piece of doily and we're going to adhere it to the inside of the card. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to take just a tiny few drops of my liquid glue here. This doily would be hard to adhere with Seal or Seal Plus because there's so many holes on it. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of liquid glue, and this is just going to butt up right to that strip right there. Isn't that a cute detail for the inside? You know, I love doing something on the inside of all my cards. So this is going to go here. Oh, maybe I should do it right side up. And that is the 4th card of the series this time. So let me pull all of them out one more time. This is our column card that we made today. This is just a regular card, but super awesome. And then we have this fun fold card that we made yesterday. And this kissing booth card that we made yesterday as well. So just one more project in this series. This is the 4 cards, including 2 fun folds, right? And then tomorrow at noon is going to be our 3D project, a cute little gifting box for gifting treats during Valentine's Day. If you would still like to get your hands on a kit, I have a couple of them available. The link will be up in the description above. $50, $30 worth of product shipped to your door with everything cut for the 5 projects, okay? And the color PDF as well. So join me back here tomorrow for the 3D project. I'll be here at noon, and join me back here, and I can't wait to finish up this series with you. Please show me some love, give me some likes, share me out to your friends, and come back and see me tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless.